Hello, my name is Apipol Seitang. I am the academic coordinator from the International Academic Forum, and today I am in Incheon, Korea for our first ever Korean conference on education and arts and humanities. Joining me today in the interview are Professor Gregory Hill and Professor Joshua Park. Could you introduce yourself for us, please?
My name is Greg Hill. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer and Dean of Faculty at the University of Utah Asia Campus.
Hello, Joshua Park, Campus Dean of George Mason University, Korea.
So following your presentation just now, my first question to you is, considering the global trend of declining populations, why are universities still expanding to other countries, such as like through initiatives like this global campus? Is this like a response to the demographic challenges that so-called you have at home? Additionally, in light of increasingly so-called borderless world, what do you foresee as the future of international campuses like this one?
So the University of Utah is engaged in this process, not necessarily because of demographic issues, but more as thinking of it as a cultural hub. This cultural hub gives our students global experiences that they otherwise couldn't get. And any university that's not engaging in globalization is going to fall behind. So we took this opportunity 10 years ago to open up a global cultural hub that allows for faculty, students to have this not only global experience, but also engage with all the different communities, global communities in Asia as sort of a central landing point. So that's primarily when we think about why are we building extended campuses in an era when the world is shutting down? Or the population is decreasing, right. That's why we're doing it.
So we also opened 10 years ago, so certainly it wasn't a response to declining population in the US at least. But one way I think we do provide some contribution to declining population societies like Korea. So one of the elements of a declining population is a decline in terms of labor, right? Especially individuals who are in high-skilled jobs. So in that way, we are able to draw students from all over the world, not just from within Korea, educate them, and for many of them, not only go to the United States, but when they settle down in Korea, they're able to offer a much more of a globalized skill set for the industries and companies that are in Korea.
So you discussed challenges faced by global campuses within regard to cultural integration. Could you probably elaborate on the specific challenges of cultural integration for both university administration and the student, both local and international?
So especially with regards to international students as well as international faculty, there are extremely different expectations. So you might very easily say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. When in Korea, do as the Koreans do. And that's the mindset of many, potentially a lot of Korean universities. When you come, you should learn Korean to be able to take classes in Korean. In some cases, when they try to cater to the students, let's say from China, then they'll teach in Chinese, but not really try to bring all of the students together necessarily. So that's a challenge that is difficult, but one that I think campuses in the IGC have embraced, including George Mason University, Korea. So we do teach fully in English, but at the same time, we are sensitive to the religious and cultural and food needs of all of our students. So, for students who need a prayer room, we'll need to be able to provide for something like that. For students who come from different backgrounds in terms of academic dishonesty, we don't just accept what their background is in terms of plagiarism being okay, but at the same time, we are sensitive to the background that they're from, provide more education, especially when they come, so that they're attuned to what academic honor and honesty is about. So in that way, I think we face these challenges, but try to overcome them.
Yeah, I mean, Utah Asia Campus uses a similar approach. This is an educational experience from start to finish.
Right.
And so if there's cultural differences, we try to educate both directions, like the plagiarism example you gave. Rather than punishing, right. we teach, okay, here's how, this is the way that the university does it, so this is how we're doing it. So, for us, these cultural variations are real, they're impactful, but we've also created an infrastructure with, staff support and community support to help mitigate those challenges.
In your campuses, how have you promoted global citizenship within the global campus, and what strategies have been the most effective in fostering this global mindset?
We've done a whole bunch of things. I want to focus on a couple of things. One of those is through our Career and Internship Development Center. In our Career and Internship Development Center, we're proactively looking for experiential learning opportunities for our students that are at global companies around, not just Korean companies, but global companies, and giving them an opportunity to see what globalization, what global business actually means in practice. So we work with a lot of global companies around Korea to help give our students a real flavor for what it means. So they're learning it on one side in the classroom from faculty who are global in nature, but also they're getting this experiential learning opportunity that helps them actualize what they're learning. So that's kind of the main strategy, one of the main strategies that we're using.
In addition, perhaps to the culture as well as internships or providing students an opportunity to express the various cultural places that they're from through club activities. I think something that our universities probably share is the academic instruction that we provide also leans in that direction as well. So one key program at George Mason University Korea is the Carter School for Conflict Analysis and Resolution, and it does deal with global issues in the setting that we are in. So we have North Korea, South Korea, but then a whole host of other international interests that are here in East Asia. So how do you view that? How do you deal with conflicts that come up without bearing arms? So these are ways in which we try to instill our version of global citizenship.
We talk about leadership in previous keynotes presentation. So what is the one key message you would offer to educational leaders in navigating the complexities of leadership in this globalized education landscape?
First thing I would say is embrace diversity, and second would be embrace agility. So in terms of diversity, again, the easiest thing to do is just have a uniform methodology where you try to put everyone into the same cubbyhole. If you embrace diversity, it's a lot harder with different backgrounds, different values, and potentially many conflicts resulting. But if you're able to overcome that, then you have disruption, but also creation and innovation as well. And in terms of agility, the world is changing very, very quickly, and we need to be mindful of the direction that both technologies and industries are going in. So we don't need to be tied down to particular curricula or particular mindsets. We should be agile, maintaining our identity, for us as George Mason, but being agile to the changes in the world.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, the word that we use is adaptability. If you're not adaptable now, and if you're not comfortable with change, you are not going to be successful as a leader in the 21st century. I mean, we talk to our students all the time. You're going to graduate 4 years from now. Your job may not even exist today. And so you have to be adaptable, and you have to be willing to change. And that's not just the students, that's our faculty as well. We talked earlier about the disruption of artificial intelligence. That impacts every bit of our operation. And if our faculty and staff aren't adaptable and ready to change, then we're going to fall behind as global leaders, and we just can't do it. And so those two phrases for us, adaptability and change, I think goes nice with agility. Those things together will in fact build global leaders.